y'all, this is Kalinda B, your spiritual teacher, healer, and homegirl. Today we are going to talk about word power. Now, a lot of us go around just using words, saying cliches, saying sayings, and not really understanding what it is you are saying. Sometimes when we're using certain words and everything, we are manifesting that into our lives because we actually believe it. And I've just been one of those persons that always question, where did this come from? Or why do people say this? And why do people say that? And do they not realize that they are speaking things into their lives? Like there was this saying, the struggle is real. Why would you say something like that? Or I'm going through the struggle. Why would you say something like that? And what started this really was when I was in church and everything, and I would just listen to, Christians say certain things and then be a believer that there's life and death in the power of the tongue. And I'm just like, but look at what you just said. Why are you saying that? And then you're a believer that there's life and death in the power of the tongue. So even when I was a Christian, I questioned certain things because I always knew then that words had power. And they do. Everything that exists, it was manifested, true enough, by a thought, but also by the words that were spoken. Somebody said, I am going to do this. I'm going to create this. I'm going to make that. So you have to really be careful with the things that you're saying. And a lot of times we get caught up in like those cute little cliches that everybody say. And what it is that it's because it's passed down. A lot of this is like generational. Because it's passed down or it's trendy, we're not paying attention really to what we're saying. You're not understanding the energy that you're putting into your life. You're not understanding what you are creating, the reality that you are creating in your life by the words that you're saying. Now, if you go back to like ancient times and things like that, words had special meanings and words had special power. And emphasis on words was greater than now, of course. So, one word could mean a whole sentence, paragraph, and whatever was behind that word is what would happen, So, even now it's kind of like that. You really have to kind of like watch what you're saying. Like I always use the example, the word humble. One of the definitions for, of course, the word humble is, to lower one's thought of self. And I always wonder, why would somebody do that? Why would you do that? Why would you lower, yourself? Who does that? A lot of people do, unfortunately. It's like a lot of people are not celebrating themselves because of that word. And you see how powerful that word is. And that word is everywhere. Humble yourself. Be humble. Humble yourself. Oh, don't be like that. Be humble. No. Praise yourself if that's what you need to do. But the words that we use, we have to truly be careful, because what happens is you adapt or accept or become the definition or the meaning of that word a lot of times. And sometimes we're not even that. Like, let's say the word procrastinator, for instance. Some of you all are not procrastinators. It's just that you haven't healed from something that has caused the procrastination. You're not a procrastinator at all. That's not who you are, because if that situation didn't happen, you wouldn't be procrastinating, now would you? So you have to really understand the words that you use and why you are using them, the definitions of the words. A lot of times we don't even look at the definition of words these days. We just say a word because we've heard so many people use it, or we use the context clues around those words. And you really don't know what you're saying. I ask a person, well, what's the definition of the word? They can't even tell me. They can tell me what the word, how to use it in a sentence, or give me an explanation using the word, but the actual definition they cannot give me. And it's very important that you understand the definition of words and the etymology of words, where they came from, where they started. Or maybe that's just me. Maybe that's just the Virgo in me. I'll be wanting to know stuff like that. I always look up, like, where did this word start? What was the meaning of the word? And, all of that. So that's just me. But words create your reality. A lot of times we say, I am this, I am that, I can't do this, I can't do that, I can do this, I can do that, I'm definitely that, I'm sure enough that. So you have to look at the words that you're speaking. You have to look at the words that you're saying, because we create our reality with words. Now, this is the other thing that we have to understand about words too. Some of the words that we use, there are spells behind it. And there are hidden meanings behind some of those words. And some of these words, of course, well, not some of these words. A lot of words are ancient, and there are different meanings behind some of these words. So that's why I tell people too, sometimes, watch who you getting rituals from. Watch who you getting readings from, because sometimes people speak certain things and it sounds nice. Repeat after me, and this will happen if you say this 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, 10 times. Sometimes when you're doing that, those persons have put spells behind those words. It's hidden meanings behind certain words. Actually, it can be hidden meanings behind every word. It just depends on the power that the person put into that word. So you have to really, really, really be careful when you are speaking certain words over your life, over your children's life, over your relationships, over the job that you're going to get. Let's just say you are applying for a job and the first thing you say is, I know I'm not going to get it. Or this job is I don't want to say none of that shit. Hey y'all, this is Kalinda B, your spiritual teacher, healer, and homegirl. Today we are going to talk about the power of words and word power. Same thing. Or is it?
Mom,
what?
Huh?
Okay, we're going back up. I'm trying to do my video.
Hello, video.
Look on. Get some water if y'all thirsty. Get one of them bottled waters out there and take it out there. All right. Hey everybody, this is Kalinda, your spiritual teacher, healer, and homegirl. Today we're going to talk about word power, or the power of words. Is that the same meaning, or is it not the same meaning? Well, we're going to talk today about how words carry so much power, and how when we speak those words, we can create or we can destroy things in our lives. Sometimes the things that we say, we're like, oh, it's just, my life is just going bad and I don't know what's going on. Well, sometimes it is outside circumstances, and then sometimes it's you. A lot of times it's you. It's the words that you say. We get caught up in some of these cliches that sound, so trendy and everything. Like everybody used to be like, the struggle is real. Why would you emphasize that? Why would you put power behind that? Then that means whatever it is that you're going through, it is going to be even worse, because you just said the struggle is real. Not only is it going to be worse, look at what you just said. The struggle is real. You just said it was real. So you have to watch the words that you are saying, even if they sound trendy. Even if they are like popular sayings, you really have to watch the things that you're saying. You cannot just say something because it sounds good. One of the things that I really hated, especially when I was in church, was new levels, new devils. I hated that. I hated it with a passion, because to me, it sounded like you were creating a bigger force, you know what I'm saying, as you leveled up. And I don't believe you have to do that. Because to me, when you're leveling up, you're going beyond a low and negative frequency. So in my mind, it wasn't that way. But I was like, why are these people saying this when they are truly ones that believe what? Life and death is in the power of the tongue. That's all you heard. Life and death is in the power of the tongue. Life and death is in the power of the tongue. But yet and still you hollering, new levels, new devils. Y'all, when we go up, they coming up too. New levels, new devils. Y'all just see me kick the thing. But anyway, you really have to watch the words that you are saying over yourself. There are some people that are, like myself at one point in time, I was a procrastinator. And I used to be like, I'm a procrastinator. So guess what happens? You start to become that for real. When a lot of times we're not even those things that we're speaking. We say certain things about ourselves because of the experiences that we've had, but it's not really who you are. Also, you have to understand the etymology of words. You have to really understand the definition of these words that we are saying, like humble. Everybody's like, you gotta humble yourself, you gotta do this, you gotta do that. And I'm thinking, well, humble means to lower one's thought of themselves. There is no way I'm going to lower my thought of myself. That's just not going to happen. That's my belief, you know what I'm saying? So you really have to watch those words. And there was a time that, I used to speak the word shy over my son all the time. Oh, he's shy. You know what I'm saying? When in truth, he may not have been shy, but I said it so much that he believed it. Because I said, Elijah, go speak. What are you doing? Mama, I'm shy. Oh, shit. What did I do? The power of words. The power of words. Word power. Now, word power is the ability to be able to speak things pretty much into existence. So, word power is your ability to bring those things into fruition, whether it's positive or negative. And the power of words is the power that's behind the words, because remember, some words were spoken with spells behind them, hidden meanings behind them. It wasn't just sigils, it wasn't just your seals, it was actual words and things like that. And also, just a little tip for yourself, let's just say you are working on something, right? And you want to manifest it, but you're not going to think of that thing every single day. This is what you do. You get a word like good morning, something that you're probably going to say, or grand rising, something that you're probably going to say every single day, right? And you're going to say, every time that I say this word, every time that I speak this word, this means money is going to flow my way. So every time I tell somebody good morning, in the spirit realm, I'm saying money is going to flow my way. So that's why I'm saying certain words that we're saying, they have hidden meanings behind them. So even with just saying certain words, you have to be very, very careful with the things that you are saying. I know all of you all have heard words of spells. That's very, very true. Go back to ancient times. That's very true. And all of that still stands true to this day. One word can be a full spell. One word can be a full spell. That's why when, you go and you get certain things from people, you have to be careful that those words that they may be speaking over you or to you does not have a hidden meaning behind them, because it can be that way. Also, words can are used in the process of hypnosis as well. So you have to be careful. You're reading a post and it's like something's on there and you just reading it and you just know you're drawn to it. You don't even know why you're drawn to it, because the words on there is a hidden spell. So you have to be careful. You have to be careful of the words we read. We have to be careful of the words that we speak over ourselves. Every day you're saying something about yourself. What exactly are you saying about yourself, and why are you saying those particular words about yourself? Were you taught that, or is this how you feel? And if this is how you feel, why do you feel that way? Why do you say certain things about yourself? You want to think about that before you just run off at the mouth and just saying certain things, or being caught up in all these sayings because a celebrity said it, or because it's trending on Facebook or Instagram. You have to be careful. And another thing too, you have to look at that, what I just said. Look at what I just said. Certain sayings become trendy, and then everybody get caught up in saying it. Let's just say the word that's saying everybody was like, on fleek, right? Yeah, I know that's old. But that, for example, what if, and I know it was started by like a little girl or a little boy or something like that, but I'm just using this as an example. What if on fleek had a hidden meaning? right? And then everybody's saying it. What if on fleek, the person behind it was like, every time somebody say on fleek, I'm going to get more and more powerful. I'm going to get more and more of whatever it is. Then that person gets that. Like, we have to watch those things that are being trendy is basically what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Like, why is it drawing you in? And this is something that's very, 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 very simple. And I'm not saying don't, say certain sayings, because I say stuff too. But I'm just saying, with you all being spiritual, you all have to be careful with the words that you say and the things that you speak and the things that you get caught up in. Because you are awakened, because you are on this spiritual path. You don't get a pass. You don't get a pass at all. At all. Y'all have to be open and think about things now. It's important. And like, I'm going to talk about a lot of this in my class tomorrow, the power of words. It's going to be deeper than this, more examples, different things like that, paying attention to what it is that you are saying over yourself and over your future. Some people be like, I know somebody put a hex and a spell on me. Why? Because your money is low right now, so somebody put a hex and a spell over you. So guess what you just did? You just drew that shit into you. Ain't nobody put no hex and no spell over you. It's just that this is the time of the season where your money is down or you mismanaged. And like, another thing that I want people to stop doing too is saying that there's a curse over my family. It's not a curse, baby. It's patterns, behaviors, traditions that are toxic and negative that needs to be changed. Now, unless somebody actually spoke a curse over your family, you don't have one. But now that you've spoken it and you believe it, you're manifesting one. Have to be careful. With that being said, I'm closing out. And like I said, tomorrow I have my the Power of Word class, which I think is going to be the bomb, because we are going to talk about everything. And I am going to have those that are attending that class to understand and be aware of the words that they are speaking so they can understand how to create a better life for themselves. Remember what I talked about just a few moments ago about hidden messages? If you know you got a child, you're going to say your child name every day. What you do, every time I say my child name, this means that increase is coming my way, or this means that, my boss is going to leave me alone. If like there's something going on. Understand who you are. You spiritual, you magical. Use these ancient techniques. With that being said, this is your girl, Kalinda B. Somebody's walking in the house, so if you heard the door open, that's what it was. But this is your girl, Kalinda B., your spiritual teacher. It is my child, your spiritual teacher, healer, and homegirl.